Meghan Sussex kicked off 2026 with a handcrafted leather bookmark from her As Ever brand. Priced at $18, it sold out in minutes, with fans scrambling to get their hands on something both practical and beautiful. Meanwhile, across the moat, the British press was caught breathlessly reporting that Kate Middleton will wear a tiara again this year, likely at a state banquet in March. Yes, you read that correctly. In a country where women juggle careers, childcare, bills, and the occasional existential dread, the act of putting a sparkly hat on one's head is being heralded as a milestone worthy of national coverage. Even this, it must be noted, was tied back to Harry and Meghan. Meghan's latest venture has sent shockwaves through British business circles, proving once again that her creative vision knows no bounds. When she partnered with a UK-based female brand to launch her leather bookmark collection, what unfolded was nothing short of extraordinary. The product sold out in just 7 minutes, a testament to the genuine demand for quality, purposeful goods that serve both function and meaning. The British media, scrambling to make sense of this phenomenon, has focused their estimates on the As Ever fruit spreads revenue alone, yet they've completely overlooked the full scope of her empire. The wines, the candles, the teas, the flower sprinkles, and countless other carefully curated products that work seamlessly together to create a lifestyle ecosystem. The actual revenue figures tell a far more impressive story than headlines suggest, likely approaching or already exceeding $100 million across all product lines. What's truly remarkable is Meghan's deliberate business strategy. While customers sip her honey-infused tea alongside her jam, they naturally reach for that beautifully crafted bookmark to continue their reading, demonstrating an understanding of how complementary products create genuine customer loyalty. By anchoring this partnership with a British manufacturer, she's simultaneously proven her commitment to UK enterprise and shown what's possible when creative vision meets economic opportunity, all while building her empire from across the Atlantic in Montecito. Meghan's bookmark triumph, a masterclass in business and British partnership. When Meghan unveiled her collaboration with a UK female-founded brand, the leather bookmark flew off virtual shelves in a stunning 7 minutes, a testament to both the quality of the product and the savvy business acumen behind the venture. This partnership with a British small business wasn't merely a commercial transaction. It represented something far more significant, a creative force joining hands with homegrown talent to produce something genuinely meaningful. Despite the predictable skepticism from certain quarters of the media, who seem perpetually determined to diminish her achievements, the bookmark's instant sellout proved that real impact transcends cynicism and doubt. What the critics failed to grasp was that Meghan had orchestrated something cleverly interconnected, a product designed to complement her existing ecosystem of teas, spreads and candles, creating a cohesive lifestyle brand that resonates with consumers worldwide. The bookmark's success wasn't accidental. It was the deliberate result of understanding her audience and delivering precisely what they genuinely wanted. Here was a woman, working from across the Atlantic, actively creating opportunities for British workers and British businesses, yet the very nation that could have celebrated this export of creativity and commerce instead chose to dismiss it. The irony remains strikingly apparent. Had Meghan remained bound by royal constraints and courtly interference, none of this flourishing would have been possible, and countless British entrepreneurs would have missed their chance at collaboration with a genuinely visionary businesswoman. The hidden millions behind Meghan's business empire. What the British media has conveniently overlooked in their rushed reporting is that their revenue estimates for as ever fruit spreads represent only a fraction of the actual earnings from Meghan's thriving business venture. These so-called experts have narrowed their focus exclusively to the fruit spreads, completely ignoring the substantial sales figures generated from the wines, candles, teas, and other product lines that form the comprehensive collection. The truth is, while journalists scramble to report on what they can easily quantify, the actual revenue is either hovering close to or has already surpassed the $100 million mark. A figure that paints an entirely different picture of Meghan's entrepreneurial success. The incomplete analysis reveals not incompetence on the media's part, but rather a deliberate limitation in their reporting that conveniently downplays just how phenomenally successful this business collaboration has become. When you account for every revenue stream, every product sold, and every sold-out item flying off shelves, the numbers tell a story of unprecedented achievement that the British media simply refuses to acknowledge in its entirety. Meghan's masterful business strategy, how strategic product design creates unstoppable market momentum. What makes Meghan's approach to business truly brilliant is her understanding that products don't exist in isolation. They're part of a carefully orchestrated ecosystem designed to work seamlessly together. Consider how perfectly her bookmark functions within the broader As Ever collection. While customers sip her thoughtfully curated tea, sweetened with her honey, and spread her signature jam on toast, they naturally reach for that elegant leather bookmark to mark their place in a good book. It's not happenstance. It's strategic genius. Each item enhances the experience of the others, creating a cohesive collection that feels intentional and interconnected. This cross-selling strategy is where the real business acumen shines through, as customers who purchase one product almost inevitably find themselves returning for the others, recognizing how beautifully they complement each other. The smart business model she's constructed essentially maps out a natural customer journey, one that doesn't feel forced or manipulative, but rather organic and satisfying. By designing products that work in tandem, she's created something far more valuable than individual items gathering dust on shelves. She's built a lifestyle brand where every purchase feels like a natural next step, a logical extension of the previous one. That's the kind of strategic thinking that transforms a simple bookmark into a cultural moment and a collection into an empire. Global support drives unprecedented international success for Meghan's ventures. The response to Meghan's bookmark collaboration has revealed something truly remarkable: a global fan base that extends far beyond the borders of the United Kingdom, with international customers actively clamoring to support her creative endeavors. From Germany to every corner of the world, devoted admirers are making their voices heard, eager to purchase her products in bulk and demonstrate their unwavering loyalty. This international demand speaks volumes about the worldwide appeal of her brand. People across continents recognize the quality, thoughtfulness, and genuine value in what she creates, and they're willing to open their wallets to show their support. The dedicated fan base isn't merely interested in owning a single item. They're passionate about acquiring multiple products, spreading the word in their own countries, and helping Meghan's ventures thrive on a global scale. This enthusiasm signals that Meghan's impact transcends geographical boundaries and cultural differences, proving that her business acumen and creative vision resonate with audiences everywhere. The burning desire from international supporters to back her endeavours signals an unprecedented opportunity for expansion, one that demonstrates her products are not regional curiosities, but rather universal treasures that appeal to the sensibilities and values of people worldwide who recognise true excellence when they see it. Meghan's partnership, a win for British enterprise and economy. Beyond the headlines and controversy lies a compelling economic reality that deserves serious attention. Meghan's collaboration with British female-founded brands represents genuine employment opportunities and much-needed revenue for UK small businesses struggling in an increasingly competitive marketplace. The partnership demonstrates that when established figures invest in British enterprise, the ripple effects are substantial. Small manufacturers gain contracts, artisans find their work valued, and struggling brands receive the visibility and resources they desperately need to survive and thrive. This genuine economic impact stands in stark contrast to the divisive narrative that often dominates discussions, proving that creative collaboration between high-profile individuals and homegrown British businesses can generate real, measurable benefits for communities across the country. When leather bookmarks sell out in minutes and products bearing meaningful British craftsmanship find eager customers worldwide, it's not simply a commercial success. It's a tangible demonstration of how partnership and patronage can lift struggling enterprises while simultaneously bolstering the UK economy. A narrative that deserves far more celebration than the endless cycle of criticism and negativity that typically clouds such endeavours. Freedom to succeed. Outside royal constraints, the departure from the royal family unlocked entrepreneurial possibilities that would have been utterly impossible within the palace walls. A Netflix contract, the kind that has catapulted Meghan into genuine business success, would never have materialised as a working royal. The institution simply doesn't permit its members such creative autonomy or lucrative independent ventures. History makes this abundantly clear. The palace has a documented pattern of interfering with creative projects and personal autonomy, as evidenced by their script involvement before the suit's wedding and their relentless control over every public-facing detail. The moment she stepped away from the constraints of royal life, the floodgates opened. Suddenly, she could create products on her own terms, partner with British businesses, and build something authentically hers, without courtiers second-guessing every decision. There's a reason the RF would never have allowed this level of success for Meghan as a working royal. They required her to be an unseen shell of herself, a decorative figurehead without voice or vision. Freedom meant she could finally become the creative force, the businesswoman, the visionary she was always meant to be. And the world has been witnessing the remarkable results ever since. Meghan's business success silences the critics, despite the relentless barrage of negativity spewing from UK tabloids. Meghan's tangible business achievements speak volumes louder than any headline ever could. The British media, desperate to find fault in everything she touches, has hurled criticism from every angle. Yet her bookmarks sold out in mere minutes. Her collaborations with British brands continue to flourish, and her revenue streams, which extend far beyond the fruit spreads these so-called journalists bother to estimate, approach 9 figures. The trolls and haters who flood social media with their venom have proven utterly powerless against her success. Their toxic commentary serves only as background noise to the sound of her products flying off shelves and her brand reaching customers across continents. What makes this narrative so striking is the glaring contradiction. While these detractors waste energy on their keyboard assaults, Meghan is out here creating employment for British small businesses, generating wealth for the economy they claim to care about, and building an empire that silences criticism far more effectively than any response ever could. The real truth, buried beneath layers of tabloid hysteria, is that her positive impact, the jobs created, the collaborations sparked, the customers delighted, renders their complaints not just insignificant, but embarrassingly irrelevant. Meghan's unstoppable rise, from controversy to billionaire brand builder. What becomes increasingly evident is that Meghan's unwavering determination and fierce belief in her personal ideals have positioned her on a trajectory toward billionaire status through strategic brand building, a path that critics underestimated from the very beginning. The bookmark's success is merely a snapshot of something far grander. A woman who refused to be diminished by institutional constraints, who chose creative autonomy over royal restrictions, and who now stands as living proof that stepping away from traditional power structures can unleash far greater influence and prosperity. For countless aspiring entrepreneurs, particularly those in creative fields who feel trapped by systems designed to limit them, Meghan has become a beacon of inspiration, demonstrating that authenticity, coupled with business savvy, creates products people genuinely want to buy, support, and champion across continents. The German fan burning to support her, the British supporters clapping back against trolls, the millions purchasing her carefully curated collections. These aren't coincidences, but the inevitable result of someone who stayed true to her vision when the world demanded she shrink. Her legacy will not be defined by the noise of detractors, but by the thriving enterprises bearing her name, the jobs she's created for British manufacturers, and the entrepreneurial blueprint she's etched into the consciousness of a generation hungry for proof that you don't need permission from outdated institutions to build something magnificent. This isn't about Meghan versus Kate. Neither woman presumably asked to be cast as rivals in the tabloid's misogynistic pantomime. The problem is the press, the way it insists on holding up tiaras as achievements while ignoring the actual graft creativity and resilience that define women's actual, real lives. Imagine telling a nurse finishing a 12-hour shift, a mother managing 3 school runs and a part-time job, or a woman running her own business, that the pinnacle of female achievement is accessorizing. Aren't you clever? Balancing a tiara without it slipping into your soup is pretty patronizing, to say the least. The absurdity is heightened when you consider Meghan's bookmark, a small, thoughtful object designed to help people carve out moments of rest and reflection. It sold out in minutes because it resonated with actual lives. Women bought it not because it symbolized status, but because it was useful, beautiful, and made with care.